are back, and it looks like the camera's upside down, so let me go ahead and I'll fix it. Alright, we are back. I had to go ahead and get some things kind of figured out how I was going to do it, the whole 9 yards. And now I've got this over here recording to catch what's going on here in the desk, so when I point something out, I'm going to take that footage and put it in this part of the video. That's the idea. So what we have here is a 1/12 scale, okay? And I don't have a problem with showing you what's here on the front cover because you can't see it anyway. It's all covered up with a shipping label, and I'm not showing the shipping label. But what I will show you is what we got. Make sure that comes in on that picture real good. It does say 14 plus right there. Okay. It does say 75 kmh. That's kilometers per hour, which basically puts it about 35, maybe 40 miles an hour. Our speed, I'm figuring, is right there in that ballpark. But it's 4-wheel drive. Came all nicely packed up. I'm going to now show you the remote. As you can see, it's got all kinds of pretty designs on the remote here. It's just an artificial screen. Okay? Artificial screen, there's nothing there. You do have, I'm going to go to this camera. You do have your throttle trim, steering trim. You do get a thumb steer. And you got a nice foam pad for your thumb to steer it with. It is basically a simple 2-channel steering throttle remote. That's it. Okay? Nothing more. It does take 4 AAA batteries. They slide in. They don't go this way. They actually go down the handle. Okay? It does have a nice little clip on the back. It does have quite a bit of a tension there to it when you shut it. It does come with some information about the vehicle here, as far as how to set it up, how to tune it, as far as the programming of the ESC, which I didn't have to do. So now, for the big picture, try to get that in the camera view as much as possible. I'm going to pull out the 2 covers. There's nothing in them. They're empty. First thing that pops out is the little battery charger. Plugs into a computer or a wall outlet. Then your battery would plug into that. Does come with a 2S battery, y'all. I'm telling you, it does come with a 2S battery. This is what that came in. The paperwork for it is up underneath. Now, we do get our tire wrench, our everyday tire wrench that we get in all our models that are this grade or better. Now we also have a Phillips screwdriver, which I thought was, oh, red flag, red flag. Okay, not all the screws are Phillips. They do have the ones for the shocks up here that are Allen wrench by the looks of things on some, not all. I think it's down here. I did see them somewhere. Yeah, right down here, right on the back of the brace right here. They're an actually Allen wrench. I believe they're going to be a 2.0. Hang on. Nope, they are not a 2.0. Well, that's the nut side. The Allen head's on the other end. So, yeah, just going to show you. I haven't looked into it much. I'm looking just like you are. First time actually getting into it. But I will say this. I went ahead and I pulled out the manual on this thing. And let me go ahead and throw that to the side. The manual here says it's 1/12 electric climbing car. Okay, a climbing car. I don't see this thing doing much of any kind of climbing except for maybe a ramp. okay, just from looking at it. And by looking at it, all four corners have oil-filled shocks. They are aluminum based, aluminum tower, the whole 9 yards. The caps are aluminum. It's got adjustable tie rods all the way around for the camber and toe, and steering alignment, they all aluminum. It does have here, I'm going to go to this camera now, it does have the aluminum front bracing, front, upper and lower, back and front all have that, with aluminum bottom chassis, plastic side skirts, and it does even have the aluminum bracing on the back side of the front and rear. I can see it right here in this one. You might be able to catch a glimpse of it in there. See it right there. There you go. You almost caught a picture of the motor already. It has two body clips. One in the front, one in the back. Standard size body clips. The body I was a little impressed with. Paint scheme's pretty decent. I like it. It's basic, it's simple, seems to look good. It's been painted from the inside. It's white backer. Would have been nice if they left the window clear, but they didn't. That's okay. It's a buggy. No one's going to see it going around the track anyway, right? It says it's powerful on both sides, and it also says force. Okay. That's yet to remain to be seen. We're going to have running videos of this going around the track. That's the reason why I got it. First thing we're going to look at is the battery, seeing how it's right here. We do have here, let's do it this way here. We can see it's a 7.4, 2200 mAh, 2S battery. Gives us the battery numbers there. Can you get a 3S battery in that? Boy, I'm telling you, it's going to be a tight fit. Maybe a shorty pack 3S that you would use for like racing. You probably could get something like that in this. I'm probably going to go ahead and change these ends out if I continually use this style of battery in this one, if I find out it works well. But as of right now, I'm going to pause this real quick, and I'm going to go plug this battery in after I test it, and I'll let you know how many amps it had left in it or how charged it is anyway. Alright, we're back again. I told you I was just going to check that battery real quick. It came with 43% juice still in the battery itself. They were balanced. Exactly what I would expect for a brand new battery. It feels kind of hard pack, but it's not a hard pack. They just packed it very tightly. Kudos to that. Now, as far as the insides of this thing, as I'm going to use this camera here, you can see that it's a small servo in here, right about there somewhere. Get my fat fingers out of the way. It is one of the micro-ish servos. It's smaller than your average servo. Does have a BEC right there on top. You've got your brushless ESC right here with a fan on it. Give me a second here and I'll find out. Get my glasses on. I can't read Japanese, Korean. It says pay attention to scraping or scraping your hands on top of the fan. That's cool. I would say that this speed control is not waterproof. As you can see here, the chipboard is actually visible. I'm not seeing any way of waterproofing that. So I would say keep this out of the water. Wet grass, anything like that, keep that out of that situation. It does have the ESC right down here. It does have the brushless motor right there. The brushless motor. It is, I'm looking, does not say. Not a one iota. Does not say what kilovolt the motor is. Let's see if it says it in the book real quick. Motor assembly. Like I said, I didn't prepare for this. Just says brushless motor. Everything just says just regular brushless motor. So I'm assuming it's probably an 1800, maybe. It does have a huge part list, as you can see from the book. It literally breaks everything down. I'm going to see if I can't go through the parts list here and see if it actually gives you an idea on the motor itself and that part. Shows you the part numbers for the shock collars and shock columns, the bladders, the everything. Hell, it even shows you the heat sink that it has on it, the body, the wing. So it even shows you the part number for the remote, the charger. Still looking for tire assemblies. Does not, I repeat, it does not have a motor picture, so it does not tell you what size motor is in this. That is very, very shocking. It does say it's got a 22 or 27 tooth motor pinion gear, and it does tell here the differential case. It does show a rudder assembly, which is the steering, obviously. This is not from the US. Pretty generic. The differential, the large gear is 32 or 30 tooth, and then the other teeth, the I guess you would call them the pinion teeth, would be 12 tooth, and it's also got a 24 tooth differential planetary teeth. I am not seeing where it says anything about the motor KV. Tells you what to do and what not to do. Shows you tools you think you're going to need. Shows you to go racing around the track. Shows you to separate the battery from the car when you're not playing with it. Gives you the breakdown of the steering. Top cover. But it does not tell you the motor. Ain't that something? I wonder if it tells you on the package. Let's see what they have here on the back of the pouch or on the bottom of the box. Anything at all that tells you the KV. Yeah, there we go. It is a 2349 BL motor. So that would be a brushless. 2343, excuse me, 2343. That's what it tells you. That's all it tells you. 4-pole. And it's a 45 amp brushless electronic governor. Y'all see that? Yeah, you can barely make out the writing on that. But yeah. Be nice to have some good information. So anyway, that's what we got for the motor, pinion gear, spur gear. We got a simple on and off switch right here on top. We do have a program button up here. Don't know how to get into that yet because the directions obviously have nothing to say about it. the speed control at all. Then we got a receiver. Does have some black goop on that. That doesn't look too awful positive. They probably just did that to keep some of the water out. It is a 4-channel receiver. That I see. Does have a nice open hole for water to get into the receiver. So, like I said, that probably won't stay. We also have a fairly short antenna lead, which isn't too awful bad. Doesn't bother me any, because like I said, I plan on changing that out later in future videos. But the suspension, I mean, it's a little springy in the back. It's got a little bounce. I don't think the dampening's real good there. I'll take the shocks apart here later and fill you in if there's anything worth filling you in on. So thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you later. This here's the 1/12 electric 4-wheel drive climbing car is what they have it listed at. And I don't know, it does have some options, does have some possibilities. We're gonna have it run around the track a little bit over here. We're gonna check it out and see what it does, see what it don't do. And yes, the screws that are on the back of the links that are against the chassis are actual Allen wrenches, which is cool. I like that. I'm going to do this here because it's going to be probably a little easier because the view is going to be closer. But on this remote, yeah, this is not a physical screen, as I said in the video. But if you grab right up underneath this ledge right here and pull this out, this actually does hold a cell phone, which I did try on this one here that I'm recording this on right now. So, hey, they at least thought about including a phone holder so you can record yourself having fun with the RC car. So, hey, the remote isn't all that bad for being what it is. We'll have a video of it real soon. Just got the battery charged. About that rear end having that bounce back. Yeah, it's got a lot of bounce. Don't think there's much oil in them, if there's any oil at all. It's a little too springy for me. But we'll check it out here in a little bit. Y'all have a good one. And just so we all know, the shocks actually do have oil. I'm going to say pretty light. Probably that 35. Yeah, I'm going to say 35. But yeah, they actually did have oil. Kudos to that. They came with oil. Battery did have a charge in it. I do have the batteries in the remote. And we'll be finding out how it does out on the, at least here on the floor here shortly.